dumbass on you.
I love that. I love that line. Every time. I could watch that over and over again. Double dumbass on you. Best insult ever. Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, has the Enterprise crew coming back. I keep saying the Enterprise crew coming back. When have they ever not come back? It wouldn't be a Star Trek film without them. So we have the Enterprise crew. They've gone against Starfleet orders. They don't have a ship anymore. They already blew it up in Star Trek 3. Now they've commandeered a Klingon vessel and they have to get back to Earth to kind of clear their names a bit, clear all the air, make sure that they're not, being court-martialed or anything. But at the same time, Earth is being threatened by this mysterious space probe which is knocking out all electronic communications and is causing massive weather storms and thunderstorms, rainstorms, all this stuff is happening. It's pretty much like cooking the Earth from the inside out, and nobody knows why. Our main cast of characters find out about this, and then they use Trek science mumbo jumbo technobabble stuff to figure out that the only way to stop the probe from doing what it's doing is to find humpback whales and use their whale song signal, which is exactly the same signal that this probe is sending out, to stop it. But the thing is that humpback whales have been extinct in the 23rd century for hundreds of years. So they figure out, okay, the only way for us to do this is for us to time travel. And they find a way to time travel. You'll find that you see it in the movie, it's really hard to explain, but they're able to time travel to San Francisco 1986 and take back 2 humpback whales to the future to stop this probe thing from doing it. Really, it's very, very hard to explain, and the premise is pretty silly. The way that they're able to time travel and their explanation for it and the way that they get to, oh, we need to use whales for this probe, a lot of it just doesn't really coalesce. The movie really kicks into gear when they do time travel. It becomes a fish out of water comedy. I love fish out of water comedies. I laugh at every joke that they give to Captain America in the Marvel movies because he's from the 40s and he doesn't know Star Wars and Star Trek and all that kind of stuff. And Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, does that really well. You see this future crew in San Francisco 1986 and they have no idea what to do. They don't have any money in the future, so it's just this weird concept to them. They don't understand the language. They don't understand the technology. It's fantastic. There is so much humor in this movie. Star Trek IV comes close to Star Trek II as being probably the best in this series. For me, I put it actually, ironically, 4th on the list, but that's just me. To a lot of fans, they do consider it to be this massive achievement, and it is, for one simple reason. It is the only Star Trek film until Star Trek Beyond that actually devoted all the time to every character, gave every character their own moments. That is fantastic. That's what fans have been clamoring to see in these movies. Yes, okay, it's great to see the Kirk, Spock, and McCoy show, but sometimes you want a bit of Sulu. You want to see what Scotty's doing. You want to see what Uhura's doing. What's Chekhov up to? Every character has their own nice comedic moments.
Back in the 60s, he was part of the free speech movement at Berkeley. I think he did a little too much LDS.
LDS? You guys like Italian?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I love Italian. And so do you.
Yes.
Computer. Hello, computer.
Scotty, now would be a good time.
Leonard Nimoy comes back as director, his second Star Trek film, and you get to see what he's really about. It is the funniest Star Trek movie ever made. Period. It is so lovable, it's fun, it's energetic, it's easier to watch. There's not so much techno stuff going around. It's just the whole crew just kicking around, making some jokes, have some great comedic set pieces, especially Chekhov in the hospital and them trying to get him out. Oh, I love that so much. That old woman who gets helped by Bones. Doctor, give me a pill, I'm getting no kidney. Oh, I love her. Star Trek 4, it's just so much fun. But also, when you look at it on a technical aspect, the visual effects are fantastic. The way that they were able to do the whales is fantastic. They're able to take a lot of stock footage and still splice it in to make it look realistic, and it works. The set design for their Klingon bird of prey ship is excellent. I remember watching that movie as a kid thinking that the Klingon bird of prey was the coolest ship based on how it looked on the inside. The cinematography is fantastic, the editing is great, the score is a little too, I don't know, la 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 la. It's a little weird. It's a little weird to hear this sort of, nice, happy music as opposed to the big, grand, epic scores that we're so used to for Star Trek. I don't know, it's a small little thing. I wouldn't say, so I'd say that Star Trek 4's music isn't the best out of all the Star Trek films. All of these great things pull together to make Star Trek 4 a very nice, wholesome movie. It's a good family movie. It's just a movie that you can watch and not have to know so much about Star Trek to really enjoy. Its message is fantastic. The message of that whaling is still a big thing. And even to this day, that movie was made in 1986. Even to this day, 30 years later, we are still whaling. Why? What do we learn from Star Trek 4? I mean, come on. Whales are beautiful. Leonard Nimoy did a great job by just bringing fans this nice, easy experience while still having the filmmaking quality that Leonard Nimoy just surprised people with, that he can actually be a great director. And I'd start to say that Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, is still worth the ticket and the Blu-ray. So Star Trek 4, have you seen it? Please tell me what you think about it. Next review is Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier. Yay! Oh God. Thank you for watching.